Hello, everyone. I'm 18 Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. Our Tuesday morning is starting off a lot quieter than it did on Monday when we had that icy and snowy mix across the region. Now, we are dealing with a few slick spots this morning as some extra moisture has refrozen overnight as temperatures have gone down into the 20s. So watch out for that. But overall today, we are looking at a pretty nice day in the forecast. Now, Christmas Day itself is going to be quiet with cloudy and mild conditions. Christmas Eve, for the most part, too, looking pretty good. We'll talk about that because there's a small chance for some drizzle and light rain. But Thursday night to Friday morning, we have a system that could bring some rain and freezing rain to the area. So that could definitely lead to some impacts across the area. So we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. But of course, the biggest question is talking about the snow depth and if we're going to have a white Christmas or not. So this is a look at the snow depth here over the last 10 days. And of course, yesterday morning, we had a depth of 3 inches. Tuesday morning, our depth was 2 inches. Of course, this is taken every morning here at the station as we co-op with the Weather Service in Minneapolis for the city snowfall for the climate and statistical data for the city. So you can see that our snow depth has actually been going down here over the last 10 days or so. As you see, a week ago on Tuesday, the 16th, our depth was 7 inches, and then we were around 4 to 5 inches here from Wednesday through Sunday before it came down. To start this week, we're down to 2 inches, as I mentioned this morning. The little bit of snow that we got Thursday afternoon, that certainly helped our chances for seeing a white Christmas. And right now, we're still keeping it here at about 70% or so. So the odds are still pretty good to see a white Christmas across the area. And again, the definition of that is having at least 1 inch or more of snow covering the ground or seeing an inch or more of snow falling during the day on Christmas. So what's nice about this is, of course, the depth rounds to the nearest inch. The depth this morning, 2 inches, and a Christmas morning depth as low as a ½ inch would round up to an inch. But what might not be so nice is that we will have some melting each of the next couple of afternoons as highs will be in the mid-30s. But I don't think it's going to really be a rapid melt by any means. And also one thing to consider too is we're going to look at future track here. We'll have a little bit of sunshine around today. Now, while the sun angle is not strong this time of the year, if we get enough of it for a long enough period of time today, that could melt a little bit. So that's why it's not 100%, but it's not anything really lower right now than about 50%. We'll watch and see how things kind of progress today, and we'll see if Matt's got an update on that tonight. But we are in for a nice day. So if you're traveling today, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever, as we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies. At times it will be a little sunnier in some spots versus others. And then we'll have mostly clear to partly cloudy skies to start the evening. Turns cloudy as we head into the overnight hours and into our Wednesday. Now, we could have at least some drizzle and sprinkles and light showers around in the afternoon and early evening on our Wednesday. There could be some spots that might be cold enough where it's a little bit of a rain-snow mix, but it's going to be very light in nature, so I really don't expect much, if any, travel impacts out of that. And also accumulations, a couple hundredths of an inch at the most, like 1, 2, maybe 3/100ths of an inch of total precipitation. So the hometown forecast today, highs mostly in the mid-30s, lower 30s to the north and west. There is a weak cold front coming through, so that may drop temperatures slightly in a few spots heading into the afternoon. Tonight, we're back down into the teens to near 20 degrees. And then for Christmas Eve, we're looking at high temperatures between 32 and 38 degrees. Most of us, again, settling in the mid-30s. And we'll have the same numbers roughly heading into Thursday, highs 31 to 37 degrees. We're looking at a high of 35 in Eau Claire. Of course, the record high on Christmas Day is 53, which was set just 2 years ago in 2023. So, as I mentioned, we are dry today and mostly tomorrow. Again, just that slight chance for some of that drizzle and mist and very light rain. But the focus will then turn to Thursday night into Friday morning, and then again Saturday afternoon to Saturday night as a couple of systems could bring some precipitation to the area. And that could definitely slow things down, and especially Thursday night into Friday morning. So let's take a look at Future Tracker. This is the European higher resolution model. So this will take us out into Thursday and into Friday morning. So Thursday itself is quiet with cloudy skies expected. Now, Thursday evening at 6 p.m., we are still quiet. But look what happens as we get towards mid to late evening. We start to see that pink showing up, which is indicating a wintry mix potential, which could be sleet, it could be freezing rain, could be even maybe a little snow or rain mixing in some locations. And you can see how over into the overnight hours, how it overspreads the area, but a little bit warmer south and west where it'll be mostly all rain. So this could definitely lead to some travel issues. And of course, temperatures at the surface are going to be critical. And whether or not we see more rain and, the travel impacts are a little bit less, or if we are down, say, around 30, 31 degrees, where it's more freezing rain and sleet, that could lead to some of those roads turning icy. So plan on maybe having some travel issues Thursday night into Friday morning. Now, during the day Friday, we get back above freezing. So just like Monday, we'll see some improvement in the afternoon. So looking at the Christmas holiday travel outlook again, it's near perfect tomorrow and Thursday, of course, today as well. But I have it in the poor to caution category for Friday, mainly in the morning. The afternoon does look a little bit better. And then Saturday, it's in the caution category for right now. And the same thing with Sunday. Now, Sunday, the precip's out of here, but we're going to have strong northwesterly winds develop. We could have wind gusts that could exceed 25 to 30 miles per hour. Maybe could even see gusts that could approach 35 to 40 miles per hour, and that could certainly impact travel. And not to mention, too, the temperatures are going to drop back down into the teens for highs. Monday next week, still breezy and still on the cold side with highs in the mid-teens.